Thank you for being with us on this Lord's Day. I'll invite you to find a seat. Do note, deacons, that we have a deacons meeting this afternoon at 4 o'clock, and that will follow our dinner on the grounds today, Fifth Sunday Fellowship. I know it's not the fifth Sunday, but as I've been announcing, we just call these fellowships Fifth Sunday Fellowships because they usually fall on a fifth Sunday. But today we're celebrating our founding pastor's birthday. So Pastor Lemp started this church in June of 1953, and he's going to be 95 years old on the 22nd of this month. So this is the closest Sunday to that, so we wanted to celebrate his birthday. So we're having a fellowship together, and we want you to all be a part of this. All right, if you're not a member of our church or if you're visiting, you're welcome. We want you to come to the meal. There's plenty of food, and it's good food, and we'd love to get to know you a little better. So please stay. It's over in the gymnasium across the parking lot, so just join us over there. There's more than enough food, and we'd be glad to have you with us. Teens are having their country cookout coming up February 25th from 4:30 to 8 p.m., and it's going to be a fundraiser for their mission trip to Utah. So do pray for that trip coming up, but they're going to be doing all kinds of things to raise some funds. You can see the announcement for this here. It's a donation basis, so there's no cost for the meal, but if you would like to make a donation to help them with their trip out to Utah, that would be terrific. Church-wide prayer breakfast, Saturday, February 4th. We will have a church-wide prayer breakfast. One thing that's not in this announcement that we should have put, and the date's wrong. It's not February 4th, it's March the 4th. One of the things we should have put in here as well is we're going to have a work day that day as well. So we'll have breakfast, and then we'll have a work day around the grounds here, cleaning things, probably washing some windows and doing things of that nature. Plus, there'll be, more project kind of things as well. If you're skilled with, construction kind of things, there's things we can use you for then. So if you're able to on that day, on March the 4th, that'll be a prayer breakfast for everybody plus then a work day. So if you can help us with the work day. And the workday, not all of it's heavy labor. It's not all digging ditches and things. Some of it might just be dusting or washing windows or running a vacuum or something like that. So if you can help us with that, that'd be great. We'd love to have your help for that workday. And if a few of you want to bring some pressure washers, we do have some sidewalks that need to be pressure washed, and there's some things like that we can do. Some walls on the gym I noticed that need to be pressure washed and things as well. So anything that you want to help with, that you can help with that will be terrific. Members meeting, our monthly members meeting will be Sunday, February 22nd. I obviously did a really bad job proofreading the dates on this bulletin, but it's February 29th. That's 26th. That's next Sunday is our members meeting, okay? But January 22nd would be somehow a time travel meeting or something, but we're not doing that. Jonathan Edwards, our church planter that was here with us a few weeks ago and preached in our church, he's planting a church in Tropic, Utah, which is in southwest Utah. I want to put a group of people together to help them get that church off the ground for their first service. If you can help with that, we'd love to have your help. So please see me about this. There's a few people that have, but I'd like to see more people involved with this. So if you'd like to travel out, basically the dates are somewhere like April 11th through the 16th, maybe the 17th, depending on what the airfares times look like. But if you can come and help with that, whether you've got the time off work or whatever, if you say, well, you know what, I'd like to do it, but I just don't have any extra money. I've already had people call me and say, does somebody need help going to Utah? Because I'd love to help. I can't go, but I'd love to help somebody else go and be a help to that ministry. So if you can find the time to do it, and we probably can find some money to help you get there. So please don't overlook this. I think this is, we're going to have our teens go out there and help with the VBS, and that will be a help to their church. But it also will help them if a group of us can go out there and have 6 or so bodies, 8 people that are there in their first service, so that the 12 people that are already there, that are going to be the beginning of their church, we'll almost double that group, or at least 50% larger. That'll give a good launch for that church. And so this is, and it's in a needy area. There aren't a lot of churches in that area. Southwest Utah doesn't have a lot of gospel preaching churches. It's a predominantly Mormon area, and it's honestly more Mormon than Salt Lake City is, because Salt Lake City is sort of a cosmopolitan city today. And so it's not normal or easy to have a Baptist church in those kind of places. You don't get a hearing a lot of times. And so we'd love to see this church do well. And Jonathan Edwards, you heard him here preach a month ago or so. But he's planted a couple churches in Utah already. He knows what it's like to do it. He's experienced at it. And so we have confidence that, he'll do a good job with leading this church. So do pray for this whole work. Keep Jonathan Edwards and that church in your prayers, and then pray about whether the Lord could have you help us with this. Rent-a-Teens. Our teens will be participating in a Rent-a-Teen program to raise funds for their mission trip to Utah. If you need work done around your house, contact one of our teens to help. In the Welcome Center, there is on a stand, there is a list of the teens and the kind of things they can do. If you don't see what you need done on that list, you can call the church office and we can suggest which teens could help you. We can't schedule them. There's just too many moving parts to be the middleman between your schedule and the teen's schedule and their parents' schedule, getting them there and all of that. But we can give you their name and their number and tell you who you can contact. So, and it varies. Some of them might be able to help you with your computer if you got an issue with that. Some, might be able to mow your lawn or wash your windows or babysit, or there's other things that they can do. And if it's something you're like, are any of them able to do this? Well, like I said, if you need your differential rebuilt, I don't think any of them have that skill. But if you need your car washed, yes, they can do that. And as I've said before, you got something heavy to carry, you got topsoil to put around the yard or something like that. Let them do it. They've got young, strong backs, and paying them is cheaper than paying the chiropractor. So just go ahead and do that, okay? Now, and I realize that a lot of times you don't always need the work done. Some of you just decide we want to help them go to Utah, and I'm going to make up a project to give them or something like that, and that's fine too, okay? But we like to see them work for it. I mean, we could take up an offering and say, let's just have the whole church pay for this so the teens don't have to raise any funds. But the issue is I think it's good for them to see some of the burden of paying for this themselves. And some of them are young enough they can't go get a job, not easily, And so this helps them to work for it and earn their way there. And then they see the Lord provide.